Good afternoon, everybody. We've heard quite a bit about what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. Well, first of all, let me give honor to God, because He's the one that's going to help us all do it. 25 years ago, I was deployed, serving this great country, and I came home. I recognized there needed to be a change then. So, how do you go about change? You change the people that's in position to get the things done that you need to be done. Now, how do I plan to do that? First of all, I look at it as my hand. I look at my hand as strength. In there, I see three things. I see hope for people. I see faith that our councilmen will do their job to get us where we need to be. And most of all, I see love for the citizens of Enterprise. Love being the greatest of them. Now, how do I plan to do that? We need to enrich the job situation here so that we can continue to put money back into our city and reach these big plateaus that we're trying to get to. We can't do it right now if we don't take time to get together as we the people. It's time out for just a certain amount of people being able to speak. Every one of you were born in the United States have a right. Your right is to know where your money is going to go. Your right is to know what's going on within your city government. The second thing I want to do is to ensure that we enhance our education. I grew up here in Enterprise, Alabama, and we used to be the envy of the South, and I want us to continue to be that. When I graduated Enterprise High School, I walked out of there, I felt as if at that point in time I could conquer the world. 31 years, 6 months, 2 days after that, I felt like I had conquered the world. God blessed me to become a colonel in the United States Army. I am a leader. I'm not trying to get there. I've led people. I took businesses back, and I gave the United States government back $55 billion. I gave Kraft Foods back $4 million. I'm about to give it back to the people that put it there. It's time out for us to stop playing games with people. So what we need to do is we need to make sure our senior citizens have a location where they can come out and enjoy themselves, where they can be represented. These people have got us where we are today. We need to ensure that they continue to help us do that. The next thing I want to talk about is our veterans. Me. Our guys right now today can't even get to Fort Brooke if they try to. That's good. I'm going to work with Senator Rowley in her office to get us transportation, to get our people there so they can get on-time service, the right kind of service, the drugs they need to stay squared away, and proper care. The last thing I want to talk about, and most important, is our children. If you don't make over $100,000 a year, it's hard to become a member of our country. It's just about money. I walked around the city of Enterprise talking to young men and young women about what is it that they do. Well, Mr. Shipman, we don't have anything to do. We don't even have a decent basketball court. We don't even have a swimming pool. It's time to start putting back in there. So that's why I call it my centers of excellence. I don't know where the other words come from, but I do know where Shipman Center of Excellence came from. It came back to us to put our kids, our elderly, they want to have things to do as well. Our military want to have things to do as well. It's time to put back into this city the greatness that it deserves. Now, I came home for 2 reasons. One, to see about my parents. I love them dearly. But the other one is to serve you. I didn't come home to be served. I came home to serve the city of Enterprise. And I've been trained to do that for the last 25 years. And finally, I want to make you understand this. I didn't come home to get rich. I came home to enrich a city that's already ready to be there. Now, if you will elect me as your mayor, I promise you, I'll listen to what you got to say. I get that all over town. The mayor doesn't listen. Well, I'll listen. I'll listen with open ears, and I'm transparent. I don't hide anything. So if you want to come see me, knock on the door. I won't tell you it's going to take you 90 days to get to see me. But what I will tell you is I'll stop right there. And if you got time to wait, I'll answer the question or get back with you. In the military, we always talk. If you don't know the answer, say it. I'll get the answer to you as quickly as I possibly can. So this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not coming blowing smoke. I'm ready to go to work. I'm ready to mount my rucksack. I'm ready to put on my aerosol boots, and let's go take care of business. Because I'm about winning. Victory is ours already. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I appreciate the honor to be here today. Let me tell you a couple of comments I've heard the last couple of weeks since I announced that I was running. One guy called and said, "Are you crazy?" My wife and I are still judging that opinion right now. The other thing was that one gentleman got a hold of it and said, "Well, Lister, it's obvious that you're going to have to get out there and really pound the streets and knock on doors because you're not going to get any billboards. So, Mayor, I want to commend you. You have helped the billboard industry survive the summer months. So you ought to be commended for that. And I think that you might even be available for some shares of stock in the billboard companies. But anyway, I'm going to get out there and pound the streets. Here's what List to Read is all about. This is not a political agenda. It's not a personal agenda for List to Read. Several weeks ago, I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm going to speak from my heart. Here's what happened to me. I got up one morning and I said, Sean, I believe that I'm going to run for mayor. She said, what? I said, I believe I'm going to run for mayor. That was just like about 6 weeks ago now. So we, over the next few weeks, we prayed about it. And we prayed about it. And we finally came together with a group of men that I surround myself with and speak into my life. And I had them talk to me, counsel with me, and pray with me about this decision. 2 weeks ago, I decided that I was going to run for mayor. I didn't have an agenda, but I felt like the Lord laid on my heart that I was going to run for mayor. I'm not here to criticize anybody, put anybody down. I appreciate the service that our current administration, the mayor, and all the councilmen have done. I just believe that at this time in enterprise history, that is ready for a new face. I'm a dreamer. I'm a big dreamer. I believe that enterprise has not even come close to seeing the greatness that it can have. This community has a lot of great people, And I believe that right now, the mayor's office needs someone that is willing to listen to every citizen, not just a certain group of citizens, but every citizen. So, I want to be your pet mayor, P-E-T. I want to be your pet mayor. What I'm saying there is that I have a passion and I have a purpose. That's what the P stands for. I have a passion in my heart to want to serve. I believe that anybody that serves in any elective office has to have a servant's heart. That can only come by wanting to go out and help people. My purpose is to help enterprise get to an area that it's never been before. Our only limitations is what's between our ears right now. The sky's the limit for enterprise. I believe we can bring in new industry, new manufacturing, and create more jobs than what this city can even comprehend and have. The E stands for energy and encouragement. I'm a high energy guy. I'm like that Energizer bunny. I go and go and go and go and go. I will commit to you that there's no one that will be running for this office that would have more energy than I have. I have a good work ethic. I work hard. The encouragement, I believe, from City Hall to all the offices in the City Hall, all the way down to the fire stations, the police department, in every aspect of the city, the businessman, the retired community, our military veterans, all need a voice that they feel like can come and talk to them and give encouragement to them and let them know, job well done. You're needed. You have a purpose. God has a plan for you working for the city. You're a citizen of this city. God has a plan and purpose for you. I think people need encouragement. They need to be encouraged and they need to feel like their voice will be heard. And when they walk out of the mayor's office, I want them to feel like, hey, I may not have an answer to every question they got, but I want them to walk out of the office and say, you know what? He couldn't tell me what I wanted to hear. He didn't have an answer for me, but he listened to me. He made me feel like I was an important person. That my ideas meant something. That's what I believe we need to see all. The T, trust, transparency. I believe that is two of the cornerstones for anybody in elected office. You've got to be able to trust that person that's holding that seat. That office is more important than any one individual. The office is what's important. You are what's important. I am only there to serve. If I have the opportunity to be elected as your mayor, I want to be a transparent person. What you see is what you get. I'm authentic. I'm the same way every single day. I'm not a different person depending on the type of or the group of people that I'm standing in front of. I'm the same every day. I'm the same all the time. So with that in mind, I want to thank you once again for coming. I think it shows a lot about you for being here. I commend you. I want to ask for your vote, your consideration come August 23rd. I would love to have the opportunity to be your servant in public office, to be the mayor of Enterprise, Alabama.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and it is my honor to be here today to share with you some of the accomplishments that we have been able to accomplish over this last term. Ladies and gentlemen, I will also be sharing with you mid-range and long-range goals. But Would also like to take a moment before I get started to recognize a special lady of 39 years that's been married to me and has given me the flexibility to do this job. My wife, Linda, thank you. I wanted to do that publicly. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you taking care of me. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made progress over the last 13 years, and I would tell you that our work ethics and my work ethics, come early and stay late, is what we abide by. This administration has built a relationship with our department heads that I feel is seamless, and service is number one for this administration. Would also tell you that grant funding, we have aggressively pursued grant funding over the last 13 years at a tune of $52 million. Some of those projects that we have used in those areas are downtown sidewalks. We're about to embark upon the 4th phase of that, and we're awaiting ALDOT go ahead on that. Hopefully we'll have it as soon as this late summer. Would also say Dolphin Street, Coppinville Road, and Highway 27, as far as those particular accomplishments with the grant dollars. Sewer infrastructure, water infrastructure improvements as well. Would tell you we still have a little ways to go with the water infrastructure improvements. Improvements out of the airport. We feel that this is very important simply because of the economic development opportunities that lay there. Would also tell you that we can take advantage of our workforce that lays within our area. Also, our skate park. We just finished up the final paperwork last night, and would tell you that that should begin within the next 2 weeks. Demolition. We've made an aggressive effort to take down some old dilapidated properties. Would tell you that we have a $250,000 grant, and that we should be starting that in the next 2 weeks. Police Department Best and Equipment also received grants for fire department design and promotion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, over the last 16 years, from councilman to mayor, we've been able to aggressively pursue 75 miles of street resurfacing. That is going to continue to be on the agenda. We feel that that's one of the most important things, is to make sure that we keep everybody's streets and infrastructure well and intact. Mid-range and ongoing projects and things that we'd like to see come to fruition over the next administrative term would be the Central Fire Station. Remodel that, relocate it up on Action Plaza Drive. This will be the segue of being able to move into the remodeling of the 1st phase of City Hall. It will allow us to utilize that building fully, and allow us to expand for our employees to have more room. Not only that, we just left the 4th fire station last night. It should begin in the next 2 weeks. And also Bates Memorial Stadium, to do a complete revitalization of that, so that our Parks and Recreation will have added assets for not only our children, but outside venues. College Street Elementary, convert that over to a museum and cultural arts center. We're currently working with KPS Group out of Montgomery in order to get that to come to fruition, hopefully this fall. Long-term goals, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that we need a new recreation center, a new library that we can locate in the College Street area where the old junior high school was. I would also tell you, ladies and gentlemen, over the last 16 years, Enterprise has garnered a positive reputation, local, regional, national, and international. And in the next 4 years, I think that it's going to define the future of our city. Would tell you my opponents have both said publicly on more than one occasion that I have done a great job. And to that, I thank them for complimenting us on that. But the best is yet to come, ladies and gentlemen. All I have to offer is a work ethic, and would tell you that I want to continue to serve with a servant's heart, and I humbly ask for your vote on August the 23rd at the Enterprise Recreation Center. Thank you.